Hey everyone, and welcome to a bit of a new type of video on this channel, but also it's a little bit of familiar territory for those of you who've been following the channel for a while, but I've just been thinking to myself, it's a new year and new heaps good ideas. But one thing I actually really wanted to do on the channel was to create a monthly video series where we talk about the 10 most anticipated games that are coming out for this month. Previously, we've tried talking about all the games that are coming out for the week, but I thought if we zoomed out a little bit and actually looked at the whole month ahead of us, we could manage to collate the 10 most anticipated games that are coming out for that month. And if you guys enjoy these types of videos, you can expect to see a new episode of the 10 most anticipated games on the 1st of every month. But enough dilly-dallying, everybody. Let's just dive straight into the first game on this list. So for the first anticipated game of January 2026, we've actually got a PS5 exclusive, and that is Code Violet. And that game is going to be released on January 10th. Now, Code Violet is going to be a third-person action horror shooter featuring survival gameplay and dino-driven chaos. So I've actually seen a lot of comments online where people have compared this to either like Turok or Dino Crisis or something like that. And to be completely honest, I can't say I disagree with them. As for the quality, it's a little hard to tell by the gameplay trailers that have come out already, but from what we do know, this game appears to be set in the 25th century and you play as one Violet Sinclair, who is a woman abducted from the past into a distant colony overrun by ferocious prehistoric dinosaurs. So as I said, this does appear to be a PS5 exclusive. And from my understanding, this game appears to be a mix or a blend of survival horror and explosive action. So you'll get to scavenge for resources, manage a limited inventory, and outmaneuver relentless dinos by using stealth and firepower. So apparently we can expect puzzle solving and a dark sci-fi storyline involving time travel and a sinister human conspiracy behind the dinosaur outbreak. So for anyone interested in, I don't know, maybe like a Dino Crisis Lite or supposedly a Dino Crisis from Temu is exactly what people are calling it online. If this is scratching a dinosaur itch that anyone has at the moment, well, I guess this game is for you. Moving along to our second game of the video, we have The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon. And this is going to be released on the 15th of January 2026, and that is basically going to be on almost every platform under the sun. It's going to be on the PlayStation 4 and 5, as well as the Switch and Switch 2, and the PC. Now, this game is a JRPG epic, and Trails Beyond the Horizon is the long-awaited English release of the 13 Trails game. So players will be following 3 protagonists in a quest to save the entire continent, leveraging the power of friendship and over-the-top special attacks. So from what I've seen in the trailers, this looks like it's going to be a classic turn-based RPG with a new twist where players can swap between traditional command battles and action-oriented field battles on the fly to suit their playstyles, which I think is actually a really cool feature. And as a turn-based RPG fan myself, I am actually kind of excited for this. I've never heard of this world before, but I thought, you know what, fuck it. Why don't I just dive into this world right now? This game appears to boast rich storytelling and an ensemble cast of heroes and very lore-heavy, dense world building. So this title serves as a grand finale of the current Trails arc, so JRPG fans are highly anticipating this Western debut. As for the third game on this list, I'm just going to ask you guys to take this release with a heavy pinch of salt, because quite frankly, this game has been in development hell for God knows how long. And that game, of course, that I'm talking about is the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake. Now, if this game actually does come out, it's supposedly going to be released on January 16th on the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm a little skeptical if this game is actually going to come out. Originally, it's been rumored to be released or set for a mid-January release. I'm going to be honest, I think that's the perfect time because, you know, January is a really quiet month and I don't think that there's going to be a lot of competition, especially for this game. I think if this game actually comes out in January, it'd be a clean sweep for the month. But with that being said, we haven't seen anything for a very long time. We've of course had gameplay trailers from like almost 5 or 6 years ago now. And there's really been nothing new to really confirm, like in any trailers or announcements, to actually just lock in that hard date. So that's why I'm a little bit skeptical. Although there does seem to be a rise in release trends from companies such as Bethesda, where they just shadow dropped the remaster of Oblivion last year, just out of nowhere. So if Ubisoft is wanting to go down that route, it's very much a possibility that we can still see something within the next couple of days or coming weeks. But I'm still dubious, to say the least. But what this game is meant to be is a full remake of the beloved 2003 action-adventure Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. And this modern reimagining aims to recapture the magic of the original time rewinding gameplay and parkour mechanics with completely overhauled graphics. I think a lot of people, myself included, have some trust issues with this release, so we'll actually see if this game comes out in a couple of weeks or not, but I am keeping my fingers crossed. I hope to God it actually comes out, and I know for one that David, Big D of Heaps Good Gaming, is certainly excited for this release. Moving along to our fourth game from January, we've got, I think it's Mio, Memories in Orbit. And again, that's basically going to be released on every platform under the sun, and that is set to release on January 20th. Now, what is this game? Well, it's a 2D Metroidvania platformer with a striking art style and atmospheric storytelling. Now, you play as Mio. I don't know if I'm getting that wrong. Now, you play as Mio, which is a nimble little robot exploring the vessel, a colossal space ark overgrown with nature and rogue machines. Now, this game appears to blend sci-fi and mystery mechanics as you recover lost memories to save the vessel from shutting down. As mentioned up top, this is a Metroidvania platformer, and it's combined with gorgeous exploration and artful environments. Mio can acquire game-changing abilities such as climbing walls, gliding through the air, and using a grappling hook to access new areas. And apparently you'll also face up to over 30 types of enemy robots and 15 boss guardians. So using creative powers like shooting energy orbs or deploying decoy clones is key to outsmarting them. So yeah, overall, I think this one looks interesting. I think this one looks really cool. I guess we'll see how it turns out. On to our fifth pick for January, we've got No Rest for the Wicked. Now, this game has actually been in early access on PC since April 2024, but it's actually finally receiving its console release on January 22nd this year. And that's going to be on Xbox Series X, PC, and PS5. So for anyone who hasn't played the early access, it's a dark action RPG from Moon Studios, which is the team behind Ori and the Blind Forest. So this game is set in a grim, plague-ravaged island, and you play as Serum, a holy warrior with mystical powers. And basically your goal is to fight and eradicate the ancient evil known as the pestilence that's corrupting the land. Now, the game actually features a hand-painted art style and intense combat against monsters and scavengers. And the massive Together co-op update drops on January 22nd as well, bringing long-awaited 4-player co-op play to the game. Now, up to 4 players can team up in shared persistent realms to battle enemies and tackle content together, which I just think sounds really fucking cool. And this update also adds new systems like shared resources, homestead base building, and weapon updates to enhance multiplayer progression. Wow. Now, just over the halfway mark now, also releasing on January 22nd, we've got Arknights Endfield, and that's going to be released on PS5, PC, and mobile. So it's a free-to-play 3D action RPG spin-off of the popular mobile game Arknights. Now, Endfield transports players to the new frontier planet in the Arknights universe, blending real-time combat, exploration, and base building with a series of signature strategic elements. So overall, it's essentially Arknights reimagined as a full RPG, so you can expect anime-style operators, futuristic tech, and high-stakes battles. So as mentioned, it's free to play with obviously in-app purchases and microtransactions, and it's already supposedly amassed over 30 million pre-registrations globally, which is just huge. It goes to show that there's a lot of hype behind this game. And overall, from what I've seen in this game, supposedly players will form squads of up to 4 operators and will engage in real-time combat that still requires strategic thinking, so combining character skills, elemental synergies, and tactical positioning. There's also an element of a tower defense meets ARPG in this mission design as well. And outside of combat, you'll be able to explore open zones, gather resources, and build out a base to strengthen your team. And yeah, I'd say that the visuals are sleek, and if you're looking for a free-to-play 3D action RPG mobile game, then perhaps this one is for you. Now, moving along to our 7th pick, we've got the 7 Deadly Sins Origin. This game is also being released on PS5, PC, and mobile, and is set to release on January 28th. Now, again, this is going to be a free-to-play open-world action RPG. I feel like there's just so many anime open-world RPGs or RPG games that are coming out on mobiles these days, but hey, maybe I'm just behind the times. But the 7 Deadly Sins Origin tells the original story set in the Kingdom of Britannia, letting players explore the world of the anime in a whole new way. Rather than just retelling the series, it actually introduces a new protagonist, Prince Tristan, caught in a multiversal crisis that's caused chaos and time distortions across the land. Now, I would say that longtime fans will recognize familiar characters. Of course, this is set in the 7 Deadly Sins universe after all, but my assumption is that this game is also going to be friendly for newcomers that can just jump in without any prior knowledge of the anime. So from what I've seen, it's a vast open world built in Unreal Engine 5 and is filled with diverse biomes, dungeons, and secrets. So you can glide, swim, and climb and interact with creatures in the environment. I'd say think something along the lines of Genshin Impact style of freedom. And as for the combat, it appears that it's going to be real-time and party-based, so you'll need to assemble a team of characters with melee, magic, and support abilities, and it looks like you can actually switch between characters on the fly to be able to chain flashy combos throughout combat. Now, that being said, it is a free-to-play open-world RPG. I would say that it's likely to feature gacha elements, so just be cautious of that, of course, but the developers do promise a complete and satisfying experience, so I guess we'll see how this game unfolds. Starting to reach the end of the video now, in our 8th slot, we've got Cairn, or Cairn. I'm thinking of the town Cairns in Australia, so I'm just going to say Cairn, if that's okay with you. Now, this game is going to be releasing on the PC and PS5, and that is coming out on January 29th, 2026. What is this game? Well, I'm so glad you asked. It's a realistic climbing adventure game from the Game Bakers, who are the creators of Fury and Haven. Cairn is a unique project, essentially a climbing simulation game where each cliff face is designed like an intense boss fight in terms of challenge. There are no enemies, but the boss is the mountain itself. Now, you must carefully find the right handholds and footholds, plan your route, and manage your climber's balance and stamina as you ascend the mountain. So supposedly the mechanics focus on precision and strategy, where every ledge or crack is basically like a puzzle. So yeah, honestly, this does seem like a one-of-a-kind type of game, like meditative yet hardcore experience. It's like, you know, like a Souls game, but without fighting anyone. It's just like really fucking hard. What was that game? I don't know why, but in my head, I'm thinking of that game, Getting Over It, where you're just like in this pot and you've got a hammer and you're just trying to climb up this impossible summit, this impossible peak. So I don't know if this is really going to be anything like that, but this does seem interesting to say the least. So if there's any of you out there that are gluttons for punishment, I think this game is going to be for you. On to our second last game in the 9th slot, we've got I Hate This Place. Everyone, I hate this place. And this game is going to be released on January 29th as well, and it's going to come out on every console under the sun, PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and the Switch. So it's a survival horror game based on the acclaimed comic book series I Hate This Place. I've never personally heard of that comic book series, but hey, if there's any of you out there who have, this game might be for you. So it adopts this isometric perspective and 1980s thriller vibe to deliver a tense, spooky experience. And you play as Elena, a woman who finds herself mysteriously transported into this nightmarish realm teeming with malevolent entities. So supposedly the title comes from Elena's understandable reaction to this horrific world. She's just like, I fucking hate this place. And hey, I don't blame you, because I've watched this trailer and I would want to get the fuck out of there as well. Although that being said, this game does emphasize stealth, scavenging, and survival, and as Elena, you'll explore creepy environments and look for supplies and tools, all while trying to avoid or outsmart supernatural horrors. Like the monsters in this game seem to react to noise, so you'll just have to move as carefully and as quietly as possible. Too much sound will attract deadly creatures to your location. So yeah, this could be a bit of a sleeper hit, who knows, but anyone who's itching for a bit of a horror game in the month of January, this game might be for you. And moving on to our last game, we've got Code Vein 2. And that is coming out on January 30th, and that is going to be released on the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. So this is the sequel to Bandai Namco's 2019 Code Vein, which was an anime-inspired Souls-like action RPG. So I'd say that the original game certainly gained a bit of a cult following for its post-apocalyptic vampiric theme and cooperative play elements, but now with Code Vein 2, it's supposedly set to expand on that formula with a bigger world and refined gameplay. So it's been 6 years since the first came, so needless to say that the anticipation is quite high for fans of the series. So what can we expect in Code Vein 2? Well, it looks like we can expect the typical hallmark features of a Souls-like game. We've got challenging melee combat, we've got intricate boss fights, and we've also got deep character customization, which of course is now going to be presented with even more polish. Bandai Namco has actually teased that we should expect a slicker and sleeker experience this time. Now, supposedly one fun new addition is the badass motorcycle that your character can use to roam the world between fights, which just sounds fucking awesome. And it adds this fresh way of exploring the dystopian landscape. And yeah, honestly, I don't really know what else there is to say about this game. I'd say that if you enjoyed the first one, definitely check this one out. It is definitely shaping up to be an interesting release. But with all of that being said, this has been our top 10 most anticipated games being released in January 2026. With an asterisk, maybe not Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake. We'll see. Well, who knows? I'm keeping my fingers and toes crossed, everybody. I really hope to God we get this game. But if you enjoyed this content or you'd like to see more, definitely make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, let us know if you liked it, if you hated it. And if you'd like to check out more of our content, we've actually got a weekly podcast with new episodes uploaded every Thursday where we talk about games, gaming news, and typically variety topics, as well as what games we've been playing for the week. So make sure to check all of that good stuff out. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.